Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is UMANG VANSHIKA and today I'm going to be discussing the 5 most common mistakes that I feel Indian women tend to make with their makeup. Number 1 and the most common mistake that I see a lot of women make is choosing the wrong shade of foundation or base for their skin. A lot of Indian women tend to choose the wrong shade of foundation in their effort to look brighter, and somehow what ends up happening is that they end up choosing a color for themselves which is way lighter than their natural skin tone, and which in turns ends up looking really ashy and muddy on their skin, which tends to them looking duller. Now, for choosing the right shade of foundation, I have a few tips that you can keep in mind when you're buying a foundation or trying one at a counter. Number 1 being, make sure that you know what your skin type is. A lot of people tend to be confused about it. What tends to happen is that if, for example, I have pimples on my skin, that does not mean that I have acne, and that does not necessarily mean that I have extremely oily skin. Pimples can also be a result of many things, like for example, you could be on that time of the month, or you haven't been eating right, or you haven't been sleeping well, or you're stressed out. There are a lot of reasons for your skin to be temperamental. So always I would recommend that you can go to a professional and sort of get an idea of the kind of skin type that you really have. And if you have oily skin, or if you have pimple prone or acne skin, do not think that you don't need to moisturize your skin. A lot of people tend to just skip moisturizer completely because they feel, anyway my skin is so oily, I don't want to go ahead and add more oil and moisture to it. But because you're not moisturizing your skin pushes against it and produces even more oil, so that to compromise for all the dryness that it's feeling. So you must always moisturize your skin no matter what. So now that we have the skin type covered, the next is knowing what is your exact skin tone. Now, a lot of people have various tones in their skin. Like I have yellowy pale skin, which is slightly on the fairer side of the spectrum, but also I tend to go very red if it's hot outside, or if I'm exercising, or if it's really cold. I tend to go quite red around my T-zone and on my chin area. So I need to take care of that when I buy a base. It needs to match my undertone, but also it needs to cover up all the redness which crops up on my skin from time to time. So, for example, if I have to go out and buy a foundation for my skin, I will always match it to the tone of my entire body. Not just my face. Your face is always a little bit lighter than the rest of your body because you wash it a lot more, it's exposed a lot more to everything. You wipe it a lot more, you touch it a lot more than the rest of your body. So you always want to make sure that when you buy a foundation, it kind of blends right in with the rest of your body. Always try a foundation and wear it for a little while, roam around with it, see how it's wearing on your skin, and then go ahead and buy it. Don't be hasty about buying a foundation. There are a lot of high-end brands that do good foundations, but also there are a lot of drugstore and mid-level brands that are doing some excellent foundations out there. Like L'Oreal is doing some amazing foundations. Their True Match Foundation and their Infallible Foundation. True Match is more for, say, like dry to normal skin, and the Infallible Foundations is for somebody who has like combination to oily skin. So that's a great brand to go for. Other than that, there are so many high-end brands like Bobbi Brown, MAC, and people at these stores are so helpful. You just have to go there and tell them that, match me up. You necessarily don't really always know about how to go ahead and choose these things. So you can just go there and tell them that I want a foundation that matches my skin tone, and they're gonna help you out. I'm gonna leave a list of my favorite foundations for different skin types in the description box below. So make sure you click on show more, and it's gonna drop down a list of the foundations that I feel are really good. And some are gonna be affordable, some are going to be a little more high-end. So decide according to what suits you. Number two, I feel a lot of Indian women get confused as to what colors suit them, and what colors to wear on your eyes, what colors to wear on your lips. One tip that I would say you should just just stick to when it comes to makeup is don't wear too much color all over your face. So for example, if I'm wearing, say, an electric blue eyeshadow or a really bright emerald green eyeshadow, something that's quite vibrant and out there, I will always make sure that I wear a very soft colored lip with it. You don't really want too much going on, so you always want to focus on one feature on your face and enhance that with color and not have color all over. So if I'm wearing a really bright lip, say for example I'm wearing a red lipstick or a bright magenta or pink, I will make sure that I keep my eyes really soft, maybe just define them a little bit with some mascara and kohl in my eyes, and I won't really wear a lot of color. Neutral colors, of course, you can wear like beiges, golds and skin tones, but I avoid wearing color on both my features at the same time, and even cheeks. So if I'm wearing, say for example, a really bright pink lip, then I'll keep my cheeks really soft and just put very little blush, maybe like a neutral peachy tone blush, so that it never ever really looks too much and it doesn't clash with one another. The third mistake that I feel Indian women make with their makeup is I see a lot of them over powdering their face. At least in Delhi, and I've dealt with a lot of women in Delhi. In the past 6 years I've been a makeup artist. I have seen a lot of women use tons and tons of powder on their skin. It just ends up looking so wrong. Like, it just ends up looking really cakey, and once you sweat it kind of just clogs up into your pores and it just looks wrong. So again, when you're using a powder is, frankly, I think it's a must. If you have oily skin or if you're stepping out when it's a hot day, you should powder your skin definitely to set your foundation in place, or even if you're using it individually, you want to be very sparing with it. You want to use it very sparingly. You want to dip your brush in the powder, kind of tap it off, and first dab it onto your skin and sort of make sure that you blend all the excess off, so that you don't end up killing the natural dimensions and natural shine of your face. So make sure that when you're wearing powder, you don't end up over powdering your skin. And also, if you are wearing powder, you also want to powder down your neck, because a lot of times I see women using compact powders with the sponges in it. I anyway recommend using a brush more than a sponge, but if you are using a sponge, if you're using it here, for example, you want to make sure that you take it down onto your neck as well, because otherwise you're just going to get that stark line on your jaw, and it's going to be really visible that you're wearing a lot of makeup or makeup on your skin. And the whole point of makeup is for it to enhance your natural skin and look nice, and not look as if you've just powdered your skin too much. The fourth mistake that I see a lot of Indian women make is such a silly little mistake, and I don't know, but I feel a lot of women tend to do it, is when they wear eyeliner, and most Indian women will wear black eyeliner. I don't see a lot of women wear different color eyeliners. I always see them wearing a black gel or liquid eyeliner, which is fine. It is definitely the most defining color in the whole spectrum of colors. Black around the eyes really enhances your natural eye shape and gives you a lot of definition, and it looks gorgeous. But a lot of them leave a gap between the skin and the eyeliner. You never want to do that. It defies the whole purpose of you putting eyeliner around your eyes. Eyeliner around the eye is supposed to define your eye and make them look larger, bigger, better, sexier. So there should never really be a gap between your eyeliner and your lash line. The fifth and the worst mistake that you can make with your makeup is not giving enough importance to your skincare. It is essential, mandatory, I don't know what word to use for it, but make sure you're using really good skincare and taking care of your skin before you apply any makeup. If your skin from underneath, beneath all that makeup is not really healthy, no amount of makeup is going to help your skin and enhance it. I'm sorry, my dog is just looking at me. Look at that. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi.